after that point, I was still doing it, and I was just kind of like, why am I fucking doing this? Like, why am I choosing to struggle in this way? I still had like 50 days left. Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I can finally say welcome back instead of welcome to, because it's not my first video. I haven't spoken to the camera in a really long time, so I'm feeling a little nervous, but I'm fine, you know? I know I kind of ghosted y'all. I'm sorry that I ghosted you guys. Life was going on. Life was happening. Sorry, trying to fix this guy. So, yeah, man, there's a lot's been going on. I had summer school, and now I've got normal school, and those were back to back, so there was no breaks in between. I've just been doing school this whole time, and on top of that, my friends all came back over the summer. I was alone, and then my friends came back, and I've been going crazy. I finished doing 75 hard, which that kept me from doing, you know, a bunch of stuff, because I had to work out, couldn't indulge in certain things, couldn't, you know, so I just didn't do fuck all. But then I finished, and I was just kind of really excited about it, and I was like, oh my god, I can do everything. I'm gonna do everything. My friends are back. I can eat whatever I want. I got lost in the sauce, you know, and I ghosted you guys, so I'm sorry. I hope you can find it in your house to forgive me. Welcome me back, you know. Anyways, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, I feel really good. It was a really just like not necessarily gloomy day, but it wasn't as sunny and as hot as it's been the whole summer, which I like. I don't like the heat and the sweating and all that stuff. It's not the vibe. So today was kind of gray skies, kind of, you know, cold. I don't know, I really liked it. I went for a walk, a really long walk, and I was thinking, and the really long walk is really a good thing because it motivated me to come and make this video. So yeah, I was watching this TikTok, and you know, this life thing, there are many life lessons that you need to learn in this life. You got a lot of time to learn them. Yeah, anyways, I think I learned one today. I was watching this TikTok. It was about this girl that was talking about an old lady who said that she woke up one day and she was just really sad because she felt like she had went her whole life away. What she meant by that is that she, instead of living in whatever moment or whatever time or like whatever of her life that she was in, instead of doing that, she was always in that but thinking about the future and what could be, and she was just always like, oh, you know, I'm not happy now, but I will be when I get married, or when I have kids, or when I graduate, whatever the case is, right? Instead of just living in that moment and just like, I don't know, it made me sad, but it also made me think like about myself, because I feel like I do the exact same thing, and that's not good. Like, I never want to do things like, I mean, hers was a matter of appreciating the moment. Mine is not exactly that. It's just a matter of, I never want to do something because I always think the timing is not right and the circumstance could be better or something like that. Like, I'm not gonna start posting until this. I'm not gonna this until that. I'm not gonna, and then you end up doing nothing. And I don't want this to be one of those things. So I had to come on here. I came back from my long walk, and I took a shower that was nice. It was warm. I moisturized. I'm drinking my water. Stay hydrated. That little in the glass looks so funny. So yeah, I had to come on here and make this video immediately after my shower because the shower was important, okay? But just like, stop waiting for the right moment. Like, just do it right now, bro. Just do it now. So this is me doing it now. It's a bit of yap. I think it is finally time that I talk to you guys about 75 hard, because I did it and I finished it, and I never talked about it while I was doing it, but at the same time I haven't said anything now that I've completed it. It's time for a little reflection. So I'm gonna tell you what my experience was like, and also give you like tips and tricks if you want to do it. You know, I feel like maybe it'll be helpful. I hope it's helpful. You know, I hope I'm not just yapping and it's just for nothing. I hope that, you know, me having completed it is beneficial not only for you but for me. So after I finished the 75 hard, I Actually, let's start from the actual 75 hard itself. So I did it. I started last year, maybe like late November. Yeah, so like really late November, and I finished this year early Feb, like February 5th. So I've been done for a long while, and I've been real quiet, but whatever. Okay, I'm telling you now, just relax. I finished February 5th. So the reason why I decided that I wanted to do the 75 hard in the first place is because I wanted to build discipline within myself. I wanted to teach myself discipline. I wanted to feel like I could commit to something and stick to it the whole way through, because I have a tendency of saying I'm gonna do things and then I will start it and then I never finish it, and I don't think that's a good thing. So I wanted to teach myself to be consistent, to stay disciplined, to stick to something. And I made a very big commitment, 75 days, 75 hard. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I started with a friend of mine, Tippy. So she actually got me that flag and it's sick. I love it so much. Shout out to Tippy. So if you see this, Tippy, you should say hi in the comments. She also did my hair. Let me show you this, because these braids are so gas. What? Her and Grace, they fucked it up. So anyways, I was gonna do the 75 hard with CB but things happen. After all, computers crashed. Yeah, it didn't work out. I ended up doing it alone. She wasn't here, she was up north, and I ended up having to do it alone, which is fine. It's whatever. We would text each other every single day, or like, yeah, and we just check in and be like, day this, day that, how's it going, how's this, how's that, and it was really fun. But I failed once. She failed a couple times too, and she was just kind of like, fuck this. I was like, okay, I failed once, and I was like, okay, you know what, I don't want to have to start over again, because so I did 3 days at first, and then I failed. It was my boyfriend's birthday, and I was running around trying to bake cake and get all these birthday presents sorted, and then there was a birthday dinner, and there was all this stuff that I had going on, and at the same time I had to think about working out twice and yada yada yada, and so I failed on that day. And I was just kind of like, you know what, it's fine. He's turning 21, only turns 21 once. I want to live in this moment, and I don't want to, ruin his 21st birthday or not be present just because I was doing this thing that, probably won't even matter in like a couple of years. So I failed, and then I started over. I was on day 3. And then after that, I adjusted the parameters that I was going to follow, or the rules that I was going to follow. Not entirely, just the ones pertaining to the diet. And I will put the rules up when we start discussing all that stuff. But anyways, you'll see, it all makes sense. And that helped me. I went back in and I was like, okay, remember why you're doing this. You don't want all your hard work to have been for nothing. So I did it. I started over and I did it, and I did the whole thing, and I finished, and it was great. I felt great. I felt proud of myself. I was way fitter, healthier. Honestly, now that I've done it and I'm done, and I've just gone back to like living normal life, I'm just kind of like, why don't I just do it again? Because I don't know, I just feel like it was very beneficial, and I wouldn't mind having double those results. Because if I did it again, right? Because I did it once, and then I have these results that I have now. So then if I did it again, then I'd have, I don't know. I am thinking about it. I might do it again. I don't know. So let's talk everything 75 hard. So if you don't know what 75 hard is, and you're trying to gathering information, I guess. Gathering information is a good thing. Before I started, I was also on TikTok scrolling through all these things and all these, people that were gonna do it or are doing it or whatever the case was. And I was just trying to like, okay, so what are the rules? The rules are, you have to work out twice a day. One of those workouts has to be outside, and both of them have to be at least 45 minutes, right? You also have to drink 1 gallon of water every single day. by these American measurements, whatever, to make your life easier. 3.78 liters. That's what makes sense to me. I understand liters. I don't know what the fuck a gallon is. You're not allowed to drink alcohol at all. That's out. You have to read every single day 10 minutes of a self-development book. So it can't be fiction. It has to be like self-help. I know some people actually read more than that. I think some people read like half an hour. But all the sources that I was getting my information from before I started this, it's 10 minutes, so I did 10 minutes. You have to take a progress picture every single day. You have to follow a strict diet. You have no cheat days. And the last thing that I wrote here is no rest days every single day for 75 days. You don't get a day off. You don't, if you fuck up, you have to start over. That's just that you are on every single day. Even if you're tired, even if your body hurts, even if it doesn't matter. I had days where I had 6-hour seminars and I was like, fuck, like I don't want to have to work out again twice after this. Like I'm tired. I'm like, there were days that I went to bed and I was pooped. Like I had nothing left inside me. I was tired. So it doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if it's whatever, a holiday and everyone is having fun. You still have to do it. Sorry, this is the way it is. So yeah, I did my 75 hard as well over the holidays. So like over the festive season, which is much worse. I do not recommend. Christmas is there, New Year's is there, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve. There's a lot going on. Don't do it then. Like don't be like me. When I restarted, remember how I told you that there were some things that I changed, that I just kind of tweaked a little bit in terms of the rules to make it a lot more sustainable. One of the things that I changed was the diet. My diet that I followed was no processed foods, only whole foods, or as whole as I can, which was pretty difficult, but also just not, it wasn't bad. It was basically like a carnivore diet. I was eating just beef mince and eggs and avocados. Like it was good actually. If you can cook, eating healthy is just not that hard. Like it's fine. You'll be fine. People that just don't want to eat healthy because like, oh, it tastes bad, like you're a liar. You just can't cook. That's that. So the way that I tweaked that diet was I added that I would be allowed to have tortillas, because I feel like tortillas are pretty healthy. Like I eat wraps and stuff, and wraps are filled with vegetables and protein and all that stuff. So I was just kind of like, okay, you can have tortillas. That was the only thing that I added to the diet. And I also added that I would have off days on Christmas Day and on New Year's. So I had 2 off days. New Year's Eve I was on. New Year's Eve I wasn't on. New Year's I was back on. Christmas Eve I was on. Christmas I wasn't. So yeah, those are my 2 off days. So yeah, that was like my 75 hard experience, basically, in a nutshell. It was exciting and it was difficult and it was like a challenge. Like the whole thing is a challenge, yes, but at first, like maybe the first 20 days or so, like it was exciting and it was new and it was just like, oh my god. And it's like after that point I was still doing it and I was just kind of like, why am I fucking doing this? Like why am I choosing to struggle in this way? I still had like 50 days left and I was like, man, why am I doing this? Like what for? It was I don't know, I was just so over it. But I had to keep reminding myself what the actual goal was, and the goal was to build discipline. So if I'd gotten randomly today, any day really, and decided I'm done, like I'm not doing this anymore, then if I had gotten to any day and I was like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore, it would just kind of prove to the old self that I was trying to get rid of that that person is actually who I am, and I have no discipline and I can't do it, and like and I didn't want that. So that was a very big motivator for me to keep going. It's like, okay, you've already been doing this for 20 days. Like you don't want to mess up any of that progress. So keep going. So after like 25 days, it starts to actually be a thing of like, you have to be disciplined, you have to be consistent, and you have to be, you have to have discipline. After that point, it's no longer exciting and fun. And like at the beginning as well, you're kind of just trying to figure out how to work everything into your schedule. How do you drink all that water by the end of the day? Because like that was a real challenge for me as well, where I'm just kind of chilling throughout the day and I'm like, oh damn, I still have an entire bottle of water that I need to drink, and it's late and I'm about to sleep, and I'm like chugging an entire bottle of water, and you don't want to do that. So like I started waking up earlier, and immediately when I'd wake up, I would start drinking my water, and I would progressively throughout the day be drinking the water. And it's like, that works. Like that took me a little while to figure out. Or my workouts, for example, I was doing a thing where I would just allocate 2 hours at a time, and I would do both of the workouts because they're both 45 minutes. So just round it off and say 1 hour for each of them. So I'd have 2 hours, and I would go to the gym, or like walk to the gym the long way, and then I would gym, and then I would walk again after the gym, and I would like just like stretch out my muscles and like do all that stuff, and it was really cool, and it worked out. But like it takes you a little bit of time to figure that out as well. So like the first week, 2 week, 3 week, whatever that you're doing it, is you just trying to figure out how to fit everything into your schedule. After that, it's a matter of discipline. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a couple of tips to hopefully help you when you're doing the 75 hard. If you decide to do it, I hope you do. So speaking of having to be disciplined to get through the next 50 days, right? If you're like me, then you're gonna have to be pushing through the next 50 or so days. Having a solid reason why you want to do it and why you want to keep going, it's very important. Because when it's not exciting anymore and it's not a new thing, and you still have to keep going for a very long time, you need to have a really solid reason why you're doing it in the first place. It's like, what exactly are you trying to achieve? What is it that you're trying to prove to yourself? It's okay to want to, prove something to yourself. Prove something to someone else if you want. Like, if you're trying to prove someone wrong or something, I don't know, but like, it's not a bad reason. If you're doing it for the haters, it's fine. You need to be committed. You need to have a solid reason why you're doing it, because that is gonna have to keep you throughout the whole thing. Like, it's a really long time. It's like 2.5 months that you have to keep going every single day. So you're gonna need a really clear reason why in your mind beforehand why you're doing it. So I hope you have one. One of the things that you're gonna have to do throughout this, like I said, is you're gonna have to read. What I recommend is having the books that you're going to read already purchased and planned out beforehand before you even start the challenge. So like I said, you're doing this for 2.5 months. You're gonna finish at least one book. I hope you finish at least one book if you're reading every single day for 10 minutes. So what I did was I had my 2 books beforehand, and you don't want there to be a time of like very like not planned out overlap between the books. Not necessarily overlap, but like when you finish one book, you need to have that next book ready so that you can start reading it, because in the middle of everything that you have to do, you have a life, you have work, you have school, you have whatever else, and you have to do the 75 hard challenge. Are you gonna have the time to go out book shopping again in the middle of the challenge? No. And you don't want to waste time, or you don't want to fuck up just because you missed one day of reading. Like, I was very anal about every single little detail, and it's like I was drinking every single drop of water. I was reading the whole 10 minutes. I was working out the whole 45 minutes. Like, I didn't want to fuck up because I messed up one little detail, like not taking a progress picture every single day. Like, that's such a stupid reason to fail. So like, don't do that. That's what I'm saying. Rather get the books beforehand and have them there. You don't have a single day in between where you don't have a book to read, right? Make sure you have something to read every single day. Next thing that I would recommend is to have the amount of water that you're going to have to drink already measured out. Know how much your 3.7 liters is before you even start, and know how many times you need to refill certain bottles or finish certain bottles so that you will reach your water drinking goal every single day. So what I did was I had 2 bottles. One is 1.5 liters. It's actually right here. I had this bottle, which is 1.5 liters. I had to refill this bottle once and finish it. So that would have been 3 liters. And then I had another bottle that I drank from. And I know that if I drink 2 of these 1.5s and I finish that bottle, I've reached my goal. Like, just make your life easier so you don't have to actually be thinking actively about it while you're doing it. Like, oh my god, okay, how much water have I drank today? Okay, this bottle was 500 mils, this one was 750, this now you're doing all this math. No, just get the bottle. Just know that, oh, I've already drank this, now I'm refilling it, I'm putting it back in the fridge, I'm drinking this bottle, and then I'm gonna get that one out, and I'm gonna finish that one too, and you're done. And you don't have to be thinking about it. You don't have to use your brain power to be thinking about something so stupid. Like, carry on living your life, bro. You have work to do, you have schoolwork to do. Make this one less thing that you have to think about. And you're just doing it. You're just drinking, like, mindlessly. I was just drinking mindlessly. I was just finishing all these bottles. Everyone that came over knew that they couldn't drink out of these bottles because this is my measured out water, and I need to finish this amount of water. So, that's what me thinks. This is the next tip. I haven't been counting. Like, I don't know what tip we're on. This is number 4. Tip number 4 from me, your big sis, is do it during a dry season. Do it during a season where it won't be raining, because you are going to have to work out once a day outside. And I don't necessarily know what that means to you, but to me it meant actually go outside. I wasn't doing anything, like I wasn't just going out on the balcony or like out in your yard if you have one, like whatever the case was. I was actually going outside. Like I was walking, I was, you know, just far from home. I wasn't home, I was leaving, and I was out, I was in nature. I was like looking out at the river, I was listening to the birds sing, the sky was blue, the grass was green. Like I started to appreciate nature. It was great. And now I still walk. Like I said, like I walked just before I came and I recorded this video. So I don't know, you are going to have to be outside for you know, at least an hour a day. So I would say pick a season that's dry, because you don't want to miss an outside workout just because it was raining or something like that. I did it during Australian summer, which was insanely hot, but it's fine because it was dry and I could just walk. And like there were some days where I couldn't get to the gym. Maybe the gym was closed, like Christmas Day, New Year's. Like after New Year's, the gym was closed for a while. All I had was my outside walks, and I walked for like an hour and a half. Like it was crazy. So yeah, pick a season that's dry. It'll make your life a lot easier. And like, you know, I don't know, if it was raining, it was like a rainy week or something, now your whole thing's messed up and now you have to, like, you know, you don't want these problems. Just don't give yourself the headache. Pick a dry season. Do it during a dry season. Tip number 5. You are going to have to find some way to track your progress and how far you are in terms of days. And this one, I like, maybe like this was definitely said or implied, and I just didn't listen, and I should have. So before I was gonna do this challenge, I saw people were doing this thing where they would stick sticky notes on the like cupboard or whatever it was, and they would take one off, like, okay, day 1 done, day 2 done, day whatever. Me, I wasn't really doing that. And you should just be better than me. Don't be like me. Count your days. Have some way of counting your days that actually makes sense. What I had to do was I had a folder, because like I said, you have to take a progress picture every single day. So what I did was I created a folder of pictures, or where I would upload the pictures every single day, and it's called 75 Hard. I had to literally go into this folder and count the days, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna do 2 days. Okay, I'm on day 5. Like, no, don't do that. It's fine for like the first 20 days, and then after that, you're on day 50. I had to like scribble onto the little pictures, like I had to edit it and like write in the corner 47, 30, 34. Like, don't do that. Just have some way of counting it that actually makes sense, because you don't have to what's the in your gallery. Don't do that. My battery is almost dying, so I should hurry up. I guess that basically sums up all the tips that I have for you. Everything else now is just kind of sort of advice. I would say, if you're gonna do it, in fact, I think you should do it. I think you definitely should do it. If this is you trying to decide, like, oh, should I do it? Yes, do it. But one thing that you're gonna have to realize if you do decide to do it, which I hope you already just have, is that it's gonna get difficult. At some point, it's gonna get difficult. You're gonna be tired. Your body's gonna be sore. You're gonna be, I don't know, bro. Life keeps going, and trying to add in this whole other thing, it just makes life a lot more difficult. So I would say, just get up and do it. Just do it, bro. Because if you've exercised for 45 minutes, even if you're like, just show up for yourself is basically what I'm saying. Little progress every single day is something. It's little progress every single day is better than doing nothing on any day. You know what I mean? So even if you are tired, even if you're in pain, like, do something low intensity, but just show up. Just do it. You're gonna have to follow the plan instead of how you feel. This is the truth. That's the way it is. And another piece of advice that I would say you need to keep in your head, in your heart, in your everything is, like, it's a difficult challenge, yes, and you are gonna come across some people who are like, oh, I could never, you can't drink alcohol for 75 days, I could never. Like, don't let that scare you. Don't let limiting beliefs that other people have of themselves influence what you think about yourself and what you can do and what you can achieve, because you can do it. Like, yeah, it's hard, but that just means you'll feel so much better afterwards when you've done it and you've completed, like, hell yeah, I did that. So I definitely think that you should do it, and it'll be worth it. You will never go wrong committing to putting time and energy into yourself. Like, the return on investment on putting time and energy into yourself is crazy. You won't regret it. You will be much happier for it. You will be grateful that you did it. So yeah, that's it for this yap session. I'm glad that we got to talk. I miss you so much. I hope that all this helped. Just a little bit of 75 hard yap. This will be my second video. I'm officially a YouTuber, you know. The first one was just play. This one's me solidifying my place. I'm a YouTuber now, and you will address me as such. Okay, I'm kidding. So yeah, I hope that you like this video. I hope that you enjoyed listening to me yap. I will see you again sometime soon. Don't forget to like this video. Watch it 5 times. Watch it 3 times. Let's not go crazy. Watch it 3 times. Put it on repeat. Put it in the background after you've watched it now, and then watch it again. Start it over and watch it again. Help a girl out, you know. Yeah, like, share it. I'd appreciate it. If you did. If you like me, like seeing me, like listening to me talk about nonsense, you can subscribe, and then you will see me again, and then we can be friends. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment. Tell me if you like this video at all. Tell me if it was helpful. Did it influence you into doing the 75 hard? Let me know in the comments some other video ideas that you would that you would like me to do, and I'll do them. I'll do anything for you. That's true. So yeah, man, bye guys, until next time. Bye bye.